What's up, guys in the edgeful Discord? Hoa, good to have you on. What's up, Doza, Ernie? What's up? Okay, cool. So we'll get into it. I had some nice shorts on the DAX this morning, kind of broke a little bit of a money losing streak that I was on, kind of just playing off that opening range. But as you can see, yesterday I had a negative day. So just bouncing back, trying to get my mind in the right place. And that's kind of where I just want to speak a little bit about is that trading can sometimes be very tough and mentally draining. So if that's where you are at the moment, just reset, refocus, just get your mind back in the game. A lot of the times when it's going well, we get overconfident sometimes, which I was on quite a hot run. And also, when it's going bad, it's not as bad as you think it is. So take it one day at a time and move on to the next. So I want to speak about the trade that I did take this morning on the DAX. Let's just get my object tree up here on TradingView. We can just get that up like this. And you can actually see I had a nice little short here off this opening range high. So opening range for the DAX is obviously 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. South African time, which is 3 to 3:15 Eastern time in the morning, obviously, because the DAX is a European stock index on the German market. But basically, we get above this opening range high and then reject this daily VWAP, which is that black line coming across my screen here. We get back into the opening range and reject off the highs here, and I'll play that with a stop at the opening range high. So very, very nice off that opening range level. And you can get these indicators with edgeful on the right-hand side over here. If you come over there and you say NinjaTrader indicator access as well as TradingView indicator access, obviously I'm using TradingView. What's up, Ho? Good to have you on, brother. So again, I am live in the edgeful Discord at the moment, and yeah, throughout the day, putting my my trades, winning or losing. So one day at a time, right? So good little bounce back here, and we actually are getting back into that opening range level again. So we'll see what transpires throughout the rest of the trading day. The DAX has been my money maker, and something that I've actually strayed away from is I've started to trade a little bit of the Dow and a little bit of S&P, which I like trading, but the DAX is kind of like the US market's kind of like my top up session. I trade the DAX really. I'm in sync with the DAX. It's what I trade best, and also sometimes some of these yen crosses as well, which we are seeing some momentum to the downside here as well on those yen crosses. I know how you like to trade a little bit of currencies, and that's the beautiful thing of edgeful. We do have for the reports. We actually have all of the reports for every single market that you guys can come in and look to trade. Okay, so let's speak a little bit then about what we're seeing on US markets. Actually, interesting enough, I did want to just mention that the DAX is currently trading at all-time highs. Pretty crazy recovery after that, which I made some nice money, buying this off that tariff. So from the 7th of April to those tariff lows, back to all-time highs, we're back up 27%. I mean, it's pretty wild, actually, if you just think of it like that. So. But yeah, obviously trading at all-time highs is going to be interesting to see if we get a pullback before the next leg up. Let's go to the NQ NASDAQ, so US 100 NASDAQ. We are trading currently underneath daily VWAP again, which is this. We're actually rejecting off of it at the moment. Underneath the weekly VWAP as well. I got smoked yesterday. I did pull that up in the beginning, but I got smoked yesterday. I tried to short NQ, which we ended up getting the short later on. But we had the open here. Let's just put that opening range breakout over there. I try to short it over here to get the follow through. We get it later on in the day at a better price. Maybe I should have been in over here to get that flush out to the downside. And that was like a nice little flush out off opening range, 100 points. But I took the loss. I tried to short it earlier. So you're not going to get it right all the time. That's never going to, no trading strategy wins 100% of the time. And that's where some of the guys that were trading the algos with the all breakout also took that loss as well. But yeah, we are seeing further downward pressure at the moment. The 15-minute chart is also telling me that we could see some further momentum to the downside right now, at least for now. News on the cards today. Let's go over here. News on the cards here today. We don't have anything prominent right now. Thursday, we got some flash manufacturing PMI tomorrow, and the rest of the week, we got some CAD core retail sales, but nothing too hectic on the cards, or at least scheduled for now. But the 15-minute time frame here on the NASDAQ tells me that possibly we could see some more further downward pressure. We have taken out the previous day's lows, which you guys also know I like to use previous day's highs and lows. In fact, on the DAX, I actually used that previous day's lows as a take profit target. You can see over there when I got there, we actually bounced off that level. So same thing on the SPY chart or S&P 500. S&P 500, we are seeing, I'm thinking we can get back towards this level over here, back towards 875. Back down there, which would be Monday's low of week. Okay, so very interesting, actually, if we can actually pull up the high and low, so that opening week range report, with edgeful as well. Let's just get that up. Opening week range. There we go. So you can actually see that we are still trading within Monday and Tuesday's high and low. So the high set for Monday and Tuesday, we are still trading within that. So we haven't broken out to a side. And that's kind of, it could be a little bit more of a rangy week then that we are still trading within that. But interesting to see. I always think you have to have a look at like a broader aspect, like an hourly chart, 50-minute to just see what, even if you are taking entries on lower time frames. But again, we're not looking particularly bullish at the moment. We will see what we get for the open. But just right now, if you are going through a little bit of a drawdown patch, just stay focused. Not every single day is going to be perfect and beautiful. And sometimes it's a grind. Yesterday's price action was pretty poor. Okay, so yeah, I'll actually put that over there. And you guys can actually come and follow me over there. Again, if you guys are on the edgeful Discord, you actually won't be able to get only the guys that actually join my stream. You can get a edgeful 7-day free trial through the link over here. If you put your card details in, it won't charge you, but you will get that 7-day free trial, and you guys can go get it there as well. But you'll only know that if you join these streams. Okay, so if you are interested in coming have a look at the reports, yeah. So let's bring up that opening week range report. I spoke a little bit about that, but let's bring it up on ES. Okay, so let's bring up ES. Let's bring it up on ES. And basically, let's just go to that daily time frame. Basically, what this report actually tells us, and this is why, maybe this could be a little bit more of a choppier week, especially because we are still trading within that high and low, is in the last 6 months, we stayed inside the opening week high and low, 26% of the time, call it 27 if you round it up. So very likely we will see a breakout of one of these key levels. Okay. So that high and low set for Monday and Tuesday. So let's just get that up. Let's draw that box. You can see like that down there. So I'm thinking maybe we're coming to take out these lows just in terms of what price action is doing right now. But let's see, right? Again, I think something that I've need to stay focused on is just picking my spots a little bit better, not looking to just jump into trades right off the get-go. Hoa actually put it quite nicely in the chat yesterday that he wasn't in any trades because nothing actually was presenting for him. So just taking one day at a time and just being patient with my setups and letting them come to me. If you just come over to the currency side of things, we can actually see that the yen crosses are actually coming back down now, but being in this tight range on the daily time frame as well. But I mean, we've actually made a 50-point move off that previous day's highs on the yen crosses now as well. So very, very, these in terms of currencies do like to move quite nicely as well. So we're gonna stay focused over there. We've actually taken out the previous week's lows now as well on GJ. Previous week's range indicator you can see over there, and there is the previous week's low. Okay, over here the red line. Previous week's highs were up there, so we're still trading underneath all key moving averages here as well. So yen picking up a little more momentum on those yen crosses. You can get that indicator as well. If you can actually still line fills like that, you can actually see it like that. So pretty neat that they got a bunch of indicators here if you want to, if you are interested in orb, RB, everything like that. But yeah, so back to a little bit of the US markets as well. The Dow trading much lower now as well overnight. There's pretty big gap for that. That's over, not too big, but we are trading lower as well over here on the Dow. Now actually also getting underneath that 5-day moving averages, which is a yellow line on my screen over here. So let's pull that up again, 15-minute chart. So we are trading now underneath the 5-day moving average on the Dow, the S&P 500. Let's see if we are underneath that. Over here, yep, we're underneath that 5-day moving average over here. You guys can see that quite clearly. And then again, also on the NASDAQ, we can see as well underneath this 5-day moving average. And that's why I liked the shorts yesterday, because we were trading underneath there. But now that we are underneath the weekly view app, which is over here, you guys can see I've got a lot of indicators on my chart, but just pretty simple. I've got the daily view app, the weekly view app, and I do like that 5-day moving average. So yeah, I mean, we're going to be looking for hopefully some shorts into today's session. I am trading live on ASFX TV over here, the live trading room as always, and then always in here in the edgeful Discord as well. Again, you can get that 7-day free trial over there if you want to come test out the indicators and the reports, okay, that edgeful have to offer. And then again, obviously the algos too, which has obviously been quite a hot talking point in the Discord as well. And you get that private chat to try and optimize the stuff that you are looking for. So shorts on the cards today for US markets, yen crosses as well. Stocks, let's just see what stocks are doing kind of pre-market. Mag 7 mostly down. We only got Tesla and Google up, and they're barely up. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing this morning. Again, just in terms of, I always like to leave like a little bit of a tip or whatever. Just take it easy. If you've been in a losing jar patch, it's not always as bad as you seem. Just plot your next steps forward. Just like I've had to do. This week I started off with a negative day, and life has been a little bit busy. So there's a lot more to life than just trading. Obviously we had to make money, but always, just take it one day at a time and plot, your one good trade at a time. Good to have you on, Del. Yeah, 100%. So shorts on the cards here for US markets. I'm going to be looking for those, either short on the DAX, and that could be a front runner for US markets as well. But I'll be in the live chat here for the rest of the trading day. Appreciate you guys being on always for my live streams. I'm going to be looking for shorts, but let's see what the first hour brings us. I always speak about that first hour, and one more report that I would like to leave you guys with is that opening candle continuation. So if you look at like NQ, okay, and we look at this over here, like this. Just a little to load. My internet's been playing up a little bit. So let's just see. Do we have to go here? There you go. Okay, so let's go to the report section. I don't know why it's taking long to load now. Anyone, is this taking long to load for you guys as well? Sometimes edgeful can. Let's just see. Could be my internet. I've been having issues, but that first hour could be a great, tell for where the rest of the day goes. Like that first hour, if we get that first hour being bullish. Yeah. Okay. So something wrong with my internet, clearly. Yep. Internet's playing up again. Okay. We're going to have to go reset the Wi-Fi. But looking at that first hour, let's let that first hour play out and we'll go from there. I like the shorts just from a high time frame perspective. And we are underneath the key moving averages. So and underneath the weekly VWAP, let's take it for what we do, for what we get. But that's the rest of the trading day. I'll see you guys on stream and in here in the edgeful Discord for the rest of the day. Have a good one, guys. Trade safe.